fitness journey began at a pretty young age. Now, I was homeschooled for a big portion of my youth, and when I was homeschooled, it led me down a path of being like what you would look to as like the uber nerd. Like, I read a lot, I did a lot of like mathematics and electronics and things like that at a really young age. But I also had a friend, Mike Bledsoe, who worked out at a church right near us, so that was a big time from say like 15 to say like 22, when I was really heavily into the traditional bodybuilding style of workout, and I got pretty heavy the more I went from bodybuilding to powerlifting. As I moved into the powerlifting portion, I got a little bit heavier, and I have a smaller frame, really. When I am not working out, or if I wasn't working out, I would probably be closer to like 140 or 150, but I was walking around at the time at like 210 pounds. That's a lot of weight to carry. So I worked out with him for a while. I did that while I was also in the military. I got out of the military, went to college, and it was sometime around then, say when I was 24, 25, 26, I started having a lot of lower back pain. So you stand up, you have a little pain down the left side. Well, that turned into I couldn't even roll out of bed. So rolling out of bed turned into that was a painful task. And I let that go on for a couple of years. Just, I don't know if it's just that typical guys, oh, I don't want to go to the doctor, I don't want to have this checked out. In hindsight, it was very, very stupid, but you live and learn. And once I did have it checked out, it turned out I had degeneration of my L4, L5, and had some pretty bad nerve issues there. So that kind of changed my focus. I focused more heavily on the movement portions, more heavily on the virtuosity, if you want to call it that. So I got a lot more focused into gymnastics and really looking at proper movement, as opposed to what my old life was like, which was focusing on how much can you move and how many veins can you pop and how much can you show people about how strong you are. It turned into, this is more about you being able to move your way through life as well as possible. And part of that does involve being athletic and moving a lot of weight, but if the focus was to have remained on only, squatting as much as I could, or deadlifting as much as I could, or getting as big as I could, I probably wouldn't be able to walk right now. So my change from that focus to a CrossFit focus really is what let me move the way I do. It lets me think that I won't be 40, 50 years old with a walker or hobbled over. And right now I'm 35 and I can touch my toes and grab the bottoms of my feet, where when I was 24, 25, I was barely at my shins when I reached over to see how much flexibility I had. So from that, once I started getting interested more and more in that CrossFit aspect of fitness and moved into that realm, my wife is in the medical device industry, so I started learning more about like hips, knees, joints, how all those things work, what people do that causes degeneration of those. And so that pushed me into a focus even more on wellness and how people can take care of their body. And once I started learning that, it just seemed like a really good thing to be able to get that back to people. So that's when coaching really came up. And I really, really enjoy coaching from the aspect of I want people to come into class and then leave class doing something better that will help them move better and feel better, not right that second, but 2, 3, 4, 5 days after. That's really my focus, is like not that first thing you do, but that second, third, fourth thing that you can see, oh, this is really, really helping a lot. That's one of the key values that I found. I really think people want a lot out of themselves, and I feel like learning and doing all the education and doing all the practice that we do helps people be able to facilitate that.